Welcome to Riffs on Writing, where Andy and Caroline answer your writing and publishing questions in 10 minutes or less.
Woohoo. Today, we're talking about what we're thinking of as the essentials that you need for your public presence as a writer. And I'll give you a little backstory. I book events for a local organization, and I'm always contacting writers. And for the last few days, I've been having the most trouble finding out how to just send these people a note to say, I'd like to feature you and sell some of your books for you. So this is why we're coming up with this, because we're realizing maybe people just don't know these things should be out there. So first, Caroline, what would you say is the most important thing?
I mean, the most important thing is have an easy way for people to contact you. If they can't find you, they're going to lose interest. No one is going to spend a lot of time searching for you. So make that easy.
Yeah. So it can be your email address if you're comfortable giving that out. It can be a contact form that forwards to your email and then says thank you on the screen so people know it actually went through. It doesn't have to be, your home address and phone number. It just needs to be an easy way for people to reach out to you. And then additionally, you need to have it up to date. If you get an extra cat and you already had two, you probably don't have to rush to add the cat to the bio. But if you've moved, or if you have a new book out, or those kinds of things, those things need to be in your bio. And I'll tell you why your general location matters. Because when people like me want to reach out to local authors, I need to know where local is for you. Like if you live in Cape Town, I'm probably not going to be able to bring you for free to Virginia to do a reading. But if you live in Richmond, yeah, maybe I can. But if I don't know that, then it's very hard for me to know whether I can even invite you.
And I think the bio, that's something else to really focus on. The bio is so important because that is your calling card. That is your business card. That is the first thing people see. And, people will go look for that. They want to know, they want to make that connection. That's a huge part. Even if you're not actively publishing, or even if you're even if this is your very first book and it's not out yet, this is very important because presumably you are doing some sort of promotions. Presumably you are talking to podcasters or to reporters or anybody just to help you with your book. I mean, that's vital. It doesn't matter how you're publishing. If they go to your website, so you need that website too. But if they go to your website and that isn't there, or they can't find it, how are they supposed to write about you? How are they supposed to know anything about you? And also, and even worse, you're now letting them make stuff up about you. You want to control the narrative that is about you online. That's what that is. So that's why I think that is so vital to have. And for everybody who's having a minor heart attack that they now need to have huge, complicated websites, you don't. It's actually very simple. And there are lots of places where you can do it for free and just have a landing page with your bio. And these are the books that are coming. And then slowly you can make this a bigger, more complicated project as you go forward.
That's right. And I would say too, another essential is you need to have a good photo of yourself.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't have to be you don't have to pay somebody to give you a headshot. Although if you would like to do that, that's also fine. But a photo that shows as much of you as you see of us on Zoom and close to your face so people can see you. And it needs to be relatively recent, right? Yeah. I mean, last 5 years at least, right?
Yeah.
Because people should be able to recognize you. It's the same rule for online dating. So you want to be able to be recognized when you show up, right?
Yeah.
So a good photo. And then if you have a press sheet, if you have any kind of here's a summary of my book, if you have any of that stuff already created, put it as PDFs on your page, and then people can just download it. Then that will save you having to answer the same questions over and over again. But it just elevates your professionalism just a little bit.
And I had this was recommended to me by somebody who was in PR, which I thought was brilliant too. Have your photo, or if you have multiple photos, have that also as a download, so that when you're standing in line what did she always use the example, is that if you're standing in line, you about to get on a plane, and suddenly a reporter emails you to get your picture, you're not scrambling through all your files to find it. You just give them a link to your website, you download the photo they want. And also, you want to have a shorter bio that they can use and a longer bio. So the longer bio is the one that people will learn more about you, and the shorter one is just a little bit more concise. So maybe you don't talk about the extra cat in the shorter one, and it's just 3 lines so that if they're writing an article, they can reference that.
That's right. And your bio can be it needs to have the professional stuff, right? Like, what are your credentials? What makes you a good writer about this particular topic? But then beyond that, it can be as fun or as strict and businessy as you want it to be. So, like, mine includes a picture of me besides my regular headshots as a kid in a clown costume, right? And then I talk a little bit about that, right? Because that's kind of my personality. Like, I'm happy to have people know random quirky stuff about me. But I know people who don't really want that. So theirs is just really professional and really business-like, and that's also fine. You just want people to be able to know who you are, where you live, and what you write. Like, those are the fundamentals. So
Yeah.
then here's a little follow-up for you about this from my experience this week. When you're contacted to speak somewhere, make it as easy as possible for them to have you come, right? So when they give you a date and a time, yes, you can do that date and time, or no, you cannot do that date and time. And then you can say, I am available here and here if those times are available for you. But don't try to get them to change their entire production schedule for you. And don't try to get them to change the process of how they get their books for you. If you are a self-published author and they want you to bring your own books, bring your own books. Throw them in
Figure
the
it
car.
out.
Yeah. If they want to use a bookstore, let them use a bookstore. In most cases, they are doing you a favor because they're going to give you a lot of publicity and maybe some sales. So just make it simple for them. Like, you are helping, they are helping you. You are not helping them. So
Yeah. Yes, I think that that's the best way to think about it. Um, Anyone who is going to do any kind of publicity for you, whatever it is, they're doing you the favor. Just remember that. And if you approach it with that mentality, you know that you need to make it as easy as possible on them.
that's right. That's right.
Great. Well, we hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any questions for us, feel free to email us. Our email is info@mountainash.press. You'll see it in the last slide, or leave a comment and we will be more than happy to answer. And if you have any other questions for us, feel free to let us know. Thanks.